Do you remember buying your first car, moving out of home for the first time, losing your virginity, your first heartbreak, maybe even that first drink? These rites of passage help shape who we are and mark important transitions in our journey through life.
I didn't lose my virginity until I was about 18 years old. In high school, I remember there was a tremendous amount of pressure to lose your virginity, and I felt a great deal of shame that I was still a virgin. I remember making up stories about past loves to this group of friends and, oh yeah, I've lost it, and I'm sure nobody believed me. I started dating a guy at some point after high school, and, it happened, it hurt. That was that, and which I think it's really kind of a great tragedy. I just wanted to get it done and out of the way so that I wouldn't have what I felt was this horrible, shameful thing to be a virgin still hanging over me. And I don't think I had high expectations for it, which isn't a very good way to start. Isn't the ideal way to start your sexual life, I guess.
I went to this trip with this other class and my friends and get drunk, and then I woke up next morning and I wasn't a virgin anymore. But yeah, I remember a little bit more because it happened with a girl on whom I had a crush for like probably years that time. And after that we ended up being together for quite long, so it turned out well, even though I think I should be like the worst party for that night. But she appreciated it. She knew what's the problem and we worked it out. Later on, I tried it sober and it's better that way.
I was 14 years old and yeah, that's when I lost my virginity. So I was far too young to be losing my virginity. Yeah, but it's life.
Grade 10, the basement of her parents' place, I'd gone over to watch a movie, and we had it all planned out, condoms and the whole bit, and sad to say I didn't last long, but it was definitely an experience to say the least.
I was almost 16, so it was like a couple weeks before my 16th birthday. I dated a guy in grade 10 for pretty much a whole year, and yeah, it was really super uncomfortable. I think we went through 3 condoms before I actually figured out how they work, and it might have lasted 2 minutes.
So my first sexual experience, unfortunately, was not a good one. It was on my grade 9 grad. A bunch of us got together, we went out to our friend's acreage, and we were all drinking, and I had drinking a lot that night, and I was laying in a tent, and I remember my friend at the time asking me if I would have sex with him, and I told him no. After that, I was fading in and out of consciousness because of how much I had been drinking. And the next thing you know, I remember getting up and I went to go to the washroom. And the only reason why I had known is because when I went to go pee, it hurt. So, and then next thing I know, I was just bawling my eyes out in the kitchen, and everyone was around, and it was one of those things where it's like no one really took initiative to do anything about it. And then for me, I tend to block things out. That's just how I deal with things. So I ended up staying friends with him, in my mind being like, it's okay, nothing happened, that wasn't a thing. And I actually ended up getting a lot of, I guess, negativity from that, because no one ended up believing me because I had stayed friends with him, which I guess kind of makes sense, but at 13 years old, who's gonna lie about that, But what can you do? I've learned to cope with it and deal with it, so I have gotten over it, but unfortunately that was the first, and a lot was taken away from me because of that.
Margie's first sexual experience was with me. Because we were both Christian, we were serious about saving sex for marriage, and we never We never had sex with anybody or kissed anybody except each other. So basically, I was her first boyfriend and she was my first girlfriend. Even though we don't define it as a boyfriend-girlfriend because we see that status as there's no commitment there. There's no, even if there is a commitment to be in a relationship, it's just in this kind of relationship. It's not committed to going towards marriage.
I was 15, yeah. And it wasn't that great. It lasted like a couple minutes and yeah, it wasn't, afterwards I remember thinking, why do people do this all the time?
Well, I was 23 years old when I got married, and it was my husband. I had decided that I wouldn't have any sex before we got married, so I was a little excited about it and taking my time in the bathroom before I went to bed, you know.
She was 14. And we ended up going to the brother's house, and she invited me to a room in the house, and we started making out, and 14, geez. And I think this all happened within 2 minutes. It was very quick. It was very exciting. My heart has never beat faster than that time. And she was really cool about it, and I wasn't. I honestly did not know what to do. I was extremely nervous. It was horrible. Not in the moment. Later it was horrible because I questioned everything I did, and I should have done this, I should have done that. But yeah, it lasted honestly like 2 minutes or so. And I'm talking from the moment we kissed until it was done. It was ridiculous. But I was excited for like a year.
All those experiences that I went through, whether it's the relationship, whether it's, even, being 14 years old, losing my virginity, to, being 16, 17, moving out of the house, they've all led me to become the woman that I am today. And, I have no regrets. Like, I am who I am today because of those experiences, and those experiences make me a better person today, so.
To watch more stories or share your story, visit us at yourfirstkiss.ca.